Think about it. If our vote didn't matter, why do they try so hard to make sure we don't vote? First, it was you couldn't be a slave. Then, you had to pay a tax. Then it was you had to pass a literacy test. After that, you couldn't be a woman, and then you had to be 21. Even now, 55 years after passing the Voting Rights Act of 1965, we still have barriers today.
50 years later, there are forces trying to take us back to another period.
Like mandatory voter ID laws, less polling places, which means longer lines, gerrymandering, denying felons the right to vote, and early voting dates getting pushed shorter and shorter. All of which disproportionately affect the poor, elderly, Black, and Latino voters.
You know, a lot of times I'll hear people say, okay, this is about Black Lives Matter. What about Latinos? And I always say, Latinos are Black.
Everybody's too afraid to have this conversation about racism. But when are we going to be ready? The time is now.
The only way that we're going to be at the table and not on the menu is for us to ensure that we are building the infrastructure that we need, that we're registering our friends and family, that we're having honest conversations of what's going on in this country. Because the only reason they fear us is because they see our potential.
I must tell you that the vote is precious. It is the most powerful, non-violent tool we have in a democratic society. There must be something powerful.
I can feel it in my bones.
Vote. 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 Please vote.
Vote.
Vote.